Well, folks, buckle up, because we're going back to the trade war rodeo. That's right, President Trump, in his infinite wisdom, decided to rekindle the flames of economic tension with China. In January 2025, he announced a fresh wave of tariffs on Chinese goods. Remember that whole trade wars are easy to win thing he used to say? Yeah, about that. The Donald claimed it was all about protecting American jobs and fair trade. But let's be honest, it felt a lot like watching a toddler throw a tantrum because their favorite toy got taken away. Except in this case, the toy was billions of dollars worth of goods, and the tantrum had global economic consequences. And spoiler alert, nobody wins in a trade war. So, what exactly did the Donald cook up this time? He slapped a 10% tariff on a whole bunch of Chinese imports. It's like adding insult to injury, except the injury was the previous round of tariffs. And the insult is that this whole thing is happening again. You know what they say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Well, you probably voted for him again, didn't you? Now 10% might not sound like much. It's basically the markup on a Beyoncé concert ticket, right? But here's the thing, those tariffs add up. We're talking about everything from electronics to clothing to those little plastic toys your kids love so much. So, unless you're planning on exclusively wearing hemp clothing and entertaining your children with hand-carved wooden toys, your wallet is about to feel the burn. But wait, there's more. Because things weren't quite chaotic enough, by March, Trump decided to double down, because of course he did, and raise those tariffs to a whopping 20%. That's right, 20%. You know that feeling when you think things can't possibly get any worse, and then they somehow do? Yeah, that's the global economy right now. Thanks, Donald. Now, you didn't really think China was just going to sit there and take that, did you? I mean, they might have a slightly different approach to freedom of speech over there, but they're not afraid to clap back when it comes to trade. China retaliated with their own tariffs on American goods, specifically targeting agricultural products. Why hit us where it hurts, China? Couldn't you have just imposed tariffs on, like, reality TV shows or something? And just to add a little extra spice to the mix, China also decided to launch an antitrust investigation into, you guessed it, Google. Because nothing says we're not escalating this quite like going after one of America's most valuable companies. It's like a game of economic chicken, except the stakes are ridiculously high and nobody seems to know how to drive. From farm to faraway lands. So remember those American farmers who suddenly found themselves with a whole lot of unsold soybeans? Well, they're learning a valuable lesson about the importance of diversifying your portfolio. You see, China's not just going to sit around and wait for us to come crawling back. They're actively looking for new trading partners, and they're finding them in some surprising places. Oh, Canada, our new best bud. Remember when Canada was just that nice, polite country to the north? Well, they're still nice and polite, but they're also becoming a major player in the global trade game. China's been cozying up to Canada, particularly in the energy sector. And who can blame them? Canada's got oil, natural gas, and a prime minister who doesn't say things like, grab 'em by the... Well, you get the idea. It's enough to make an American soybean farmer consider trading in his tractor for a hockey stick and a Tim Hortons franchise. But hey, at least the coffee's good, eh?